This is an update video for the food plot that I planted on May 2nd. Today is June 22nd, so it's been about 7 weeks or so. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot of green out there, which looks good. There were several areas in the plot that didn't germinate any seed at all. I'm not sure if it was too wet. I'm not really sure what the problem was, but there's a lot of it did grow up. As expected, though, I don't see any of the peas or soybeans. I'm pretty sure that the deer got them as soon as they germinated. But the Japanese millet and the dwarf corn are doing really good. So I'm just going to walk around, show you a little bit. But here's some of the dwarf corn plants. They say they'll start to get ears of corn around 120 days. But as you can see, the plants are doing really good. You can see some of the millet. You see some of the millet pods here that popped up. Like I said, I'm looking around and I don't see any of the soybeans or the peas. Here's one of what they call the deer vetch. Okay, that's the first one of those I've seen. Supposedly the deer like that stuff too. Now you can see on some of these dwarf corn plants where the deer have eaten off the tops of the leaves. I didn't know that they would eat the leaves. I figured they would that they would go more for the corn once it came up. But see, here's another one. See, there. Yep. So one thing I find interesting is that it seems to be at different stages of growth, and I'm sure that's related to the soil conditions or possibly how wet it was. You can see how lush the plot is out that way. But then over this way, we do have plants coming up, but they're still young. I just thought that was kind of interesting. Now the seed was spread just as evenly in these bare areas. As you can see, it grew really good out there, and in some of these areas in here, it just didn't come up at all. Or there's very little. Like I can see some small millet plants there. Looks like we got a little bit of what they call the deer vetch coming up here. So again, I'm not sure if it's because of the soil conditions. Obviously, you know, it rains and we get puddles like this in the middle of the field. But the funny thing is, like the dwarf corn, he seems to be doing really good, even in growing in the water. So I was noticing something, and I just wanted to point this out. I think part of the reason why maybe it didn't grow in areas like that and areas over here is possibly the seed didn't get compacted into the soil enough and the birds came and ate it. Because you can actually see my tire tracks here from where the tractor, when I drove over it, when I was pulling the drag, and where the tire tracks push the seed into the ground, the seed it's growing really good. So that's something I need to take note of. Try to get the seed a little better into the soil so the birds don't eat it. Here's a nice trail where the deer have come in. You can see their tracks. Okay, well that's my food plot update. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I wish I would have seen some more of the peas and soybeans coming up, but I'm pretty sure the deer ate them as soon as they germinated. But the plot's doing what it's supposed to do. It's attracting deer. So thanks for watching.